Yo, yo, Judas and the Black Messiah. Dope movie. The movie was dope. This was probably the most accurate biopic I've ever seen in my life. Well, it was not a biopic. Um, so the most accurate, I would say, historical depiction that I've ever seen in my life. It was very accurate, extremely accurate. One thing the guy did, Shaka King, I believe his name is the director. He studied for like 3 years before he even put this together. He studied for about 3 years. He read like every Fred Hampton book or anything that he can read on Fred, that he can anything he can possibly find. And that's what you need to do when you do these movies. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times these movies are done, they haven't they didn't do the proper research. So this was good and it was very accurate. A lot of these movies, there's a certain agenda and there's a lot of fabrications in these. There was not many fabrications. There was a few inaccuracies, um, just little stuff that I can live with, little stuff I'm cool with. Like they had, when William O'Neill got caught, he didn't get caught right away like shown in the movie. He got caught like it was like later on when he finally got caught. It wasn't like he stole the car and he got caught right up the street. I think that happened in the movie. The tech agent, FBI agent Roy Williams, he hunted him down and got him later on, and then he made the deal to him. So that was a little inaccurate. That's fine. I can live with that. That I think when Fred got killed, in real life he left around maybe like a little after midnight, and Fred got killed at like 4:30 a.m. It was like 4:30 in the morning. I think in the movie he left, and then then the FBI came and killed him. I'm not sure. Maybe it was a little different, but I think that's what happened in the movie. Let me see. Brother Winters, Jake Winters. He didn't die the way that he showed in the movie. In the movie, he went. It was like he was by himself, and he went on some rampage. Just killing cops, and then he got killed. It wasn't quite like that. It was a shootout. He wasn't by himself, but he did get killed in that shootout. And that was a smart brother too. Like he had all kind of like academic scholarships and stuff like that, but he turned it down so he can fight with the people. You know what I mean? He wanted to join the Panthers. Let me see, like what else? The Crowns are not necessarily, that wasn't a Chicago gang like that. But they could have used the Black Stones though. You know what I mean? Like some of the inaccuracies they could have actually used the real people or the real gangs or whatever, because he did have intense meetings like that with gangs and stuff, because Fred was uniting the people, and he was uniting rivals again, and rivals versus rivals. He was uniting them, and so they had intense meetings like that. You know what I mean? So they may not have been an accurate gang, but stuff like that did happen. So that's not so much a deal breaker right there. Like let me think. The character Judy, she was bad too. Judy was tough, man. She was a rider. The woman with the fro, the woman that she put the gun on William O'Neill when she was in the car. They had women like that. They had women just like Judy. They could have used some real names. You know what I mean? So that's not necessarily a huge deal, but little inaccuracies like that, whatever, we can live with that. He didn't have a certain agenda in this movie, or he didn't have like just crazy ridiculous fabrications. It was just little stuff here and there, but the movie was very accurate. My man, what is the name, was David Kalua. He had Fred Hampton down. He had his mannerisms, his cadence, his speech, his everything. He was good. He was good. He played Fred. He did a good job. Everybody did a good job. I think the movie was more about William O'Neill and infiltration versus a Fred Hampton biopic. Which is cool, because I think I was expecting a biopic, because I wasn't really too much following it, and I wasn't really all that excited leading up to it, because I know how a lot of these movies go. And even if it's somebody black making it, I still know how it goes with these movies. So a lot of biopics, I'll be like, whatever. I'll check it out. I will watch it. I will watch it. But, I'll just be like, whatever. I'll see it when I see it. But this one, I was very pleased with this one. It was extremely accurate. It was, like I said, the most accurate depiction that I've ever seen. I like this one and the New Edition story. When they did that 3-part movie, the 3-part series to that one. Those are the two most accurate historical films that I've seen. All the rest of them, I'm not saying the others aren't good movies, because you got a great movie and it could be a lot of inaccuracies. Hoodlum, look. If you have not watched all of my Harlem stories, please do. If you want accuracy, watch my Harlem stories. Don't watch Hoodlum. Hoodlum was a good movie. It had a lot of truth and it had a lot of fiction also. But it was a good movie though. Good movie. But back to the Judas and the Black Messiah. Great movie, man. Phenomenal. If you have not watched it, I would highly recommend you check that out. I'm trying to think what else. I'm just going off the top of the head right now, man. I'm trying to think what else. I don't have anything written down. But overall, good movie. Great acting. I think, it really puts you in that time frame. And you got to think, one thing I wish they would have shown more of Fred Hampton. Like I said, the movie was more about William O'Neill and infiltration. But more Fred Hampton I would have liked more. But I'll share some Fred Hampton history with you. Not in this video. I'll make a video about it because there's a lot of Fred Hampton that's not, really put out there like that. So, and I think it's important to put it out there. So I will get on top of that. Fred was, man, listen, Fred was only 18 years old when he took over the Chicago chapter of the Black Panthers. He was only 18, man. He was 21 when he died. 18 years old. He was only 21 when he died. So, that shows you his impact right there. And Fred, like I said, he was uniting the people, man. So what got folks like J. Edgar Hoover scared is when he was uniting all these white people. You know what I mean? That's what got him. That got him scared right there. When he was uniting white folks, that got him scared. And Fred was uniting everybody. White, black, green, brown, blue, purple, yellow. It don't matter. He was uniting everybody. Everybody. Could you imagine, what's going on in Chicago right now? Could you imagine them uniting and fighting the bigger enemy, the enemy they're supposed to be fighting? That's what Fred was doing. And that's what Fred was trying to get everybody on board with. But yeah, check the movie out. Great movie. Highly recommended. So yeah, give that a look. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about. I think the movie was more about William O'Neill than it was Fred Hampton. I think it was more about him and infiltration. And another thing they didn't really show in the movie was how close William O'Neill and Roy Williams were. Those two were very close. I mean, to the point where he was like a father figure to Roy Williams. And William O'Neill was like Uncle Bill to his kids and to Roy Williams' kids and stuff. He was coming over to the house all the time, kicking it, hanging out, spending the night. Like, those two were close. And he wasn't the only informant that he had. He had 8 others. Roy Williams had 8 other informants. William O'Neill was just 1 out of 9. So another thing, William O'Neill during his death, allegedly, I mean, I don't, feel sorry for the guy at all, but he after that, he the rest of his life he couldn't really live with himself. It was after he saw the inside of Fred Hampton's apartment is what, he went into a deep depression and he just had, it haunted him for the rest of his life. And the day he committed suicide, he was with the uncle. They were drinking, hanging out and stuff like that. And the uncle said that William O'Neill was acting real funny. He was acting funny all day. And he was in the bathroom for a long time. And he went to a window and he tried to jump out of the window and kill himself. And then the uncle snatched him down and stuff. And I guess William O'Neill went outside and he ran to the road and purposely got hit by a car, and that's how he ended up dying. So, the guilt and everything, it weighed on him heavy. It weighed on him heavy all the way until his death, man. So, but check the movie out. Good movie. Highly recommend it. Let me know what you think.